He was dying in the rain, but what happened 3 days later left everyone in tears. If you're watching this right now, get ready, because this story will completely change the way you see gratitude. Attention. At the end of this video, I'll reveal the most emotional moment of this transformation that no one expected. But first, if you believe in the power of gratitude, hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, The Power of Gratitude. Turn on the notification bell because you don't want to miss the next stories that will touch your heart. The discovery that changed everything. It was a rainy Tuesday evening when Marina was heading home from work, tired, soaked, just thinking about getting warm and dry, but something made her stop. A faint sound, almost imperceptible, coming from behind a trash bin. She could have ignored it. After all, she was exhausted, but something inside her whispered, "Look." And when she did, her heart froze. The first encounter. There, curled up between soaked cardboard boxes, was a dog, but not just any dog, a pile of bones covered in matted fur. His eyes, oh, those eyes told a story of abandonment, hunger, and pain that no words could ever describe. Marina felt a lump in her throat. At that moment, she had two choices: walk away or make a difference. And here's the truth we all face. How many times have we walked past moments like this and chosen not to see? How many chances to change a life have we lost because we were too busy, too tired, or simply too indifferent? But Marina made a choice. And what happened next will make you question all your priorities. The rescue. When compassion overcomes fear. Marina approached slowly. The dog trembled. Did he growl? No. He cried. Yes, animals cry, and if you've ever heard it, you know there's no sound more heartbreaking. She took off her own jacket and wrapped that fragile body. She lifted him into her arms, feeling every rib, every desperate heartbeat from that little soul that refused to give up. The difficult decision. On her way home, Marina faced her own inner battle. She lived alone, worked all day, barely had time for herself. How could she care for such a weak and broken animal? The vet bills, the time, the responsibility. This is the fear that paralyzes so many of us. The fear of not being enough, of not being capable, of committing too much. But then she looked into those eyes in the back seat, and in that gaze, there was something stronger than any fear. There was hope. And what if I told you that Marina's decision saved not just one life, but two? If you're feeling emotional so far, comment below, "I would have stopped too." Let's create a chain of gratitude together. The transformation from despair to hope. The first few days were the hardest. The vet was direct. "He's in very bad shape. I can't promise he'll survive. Severe malnutrition, critical dehydration, multiple infections, deep physical and emotional trauma." Marina named him Thor because he was fighting like a warrior. Sleepless nights, hourly feedings, medication, bandages, endless patience. Thor was afraid of everything: noises, sudden movements, human touch. He had been betrayed by humanity, and now he had to learn how to trust again. But here's the turning point. Marina didn't give up, even when Thor threw up his food, even when he had nightmares and woke up trembling, even when she doubted herself and wondered if she could really do it. She kept going, because gratitude isn't just about saying thank you for what we receive. Gratitude is about persisting in the good we choose to do. But then something happened that tested Marina in a way she never imagined. The final test, when gratitude is challenged. 3 weeks later, Marina lost her job. Crisis hit hard, bills piled up, and Thor still needed expensive care. Friends suggested, "Give him away. You can't take care of a dog right now." It sounded logical, rational, the easy way out. The impossible dilemma. Marina spent an entire night awake. She looked at Thor, now stronger, starting to gain weight, his eyes regaining a spark she didn't even know existed. And then Thor did something that changed everything. He dragged himself toward her, laid his head on her lap, and sighed, as if to say, "You saved my life, now let me save yours." What Marina decided in that moment will make you believe in miracles. When gratitude comes back, multiplied, Marina decided, "We're going to get through this together." And something extraordinary began to happen. The unexpected turn. Thor, once just a sick dog in need of care, became her reason to get up every morning. While Marina searched for a job, Thor greeted her with such joy that every rejection felt smaller. She started sharing their story on social media, not to ask for help, but to share their journey. And then the impossible happened. One of the posts went viral. Thousands were moved. A pet care company saw the story and offered Marina a job. Not just any job, a remote position that allowed her to stay with Thor full-time. Donations began pouring in to help with vet bills. People inspired by the story started adopting abandoned animals. The solution Marina had been searching for came in the most unexpected way. Through the gratitude she had shown, the universe conspired in her favor. But wait, the story isn't over yet. What Thor did 6 months later will leave you speechless. If you believe that gratitude really has power, hit like and share this video. Someone needs to see this today. The miracle of gratitude when roles reverse. 6 months after the rescue, Marina was at home when she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her chest. She could barely move. Thor immediately sensed something was wrong. The defining moment. He started barking desperately, ran to the door, came back to her, barked again. The neighbor, alarmed by the unusual barking, Thor rarely barked, came to check. She found Marina unconscious and called an ambulance. The doctors were clear. If she had gone another 20 minutes without help, there would have been nothing we could do. Thor had saved her. The dog she rescued from death had now rescued her back. Do you understand what happened here? Gratitude created a cycle. Marina saved Thor. Thor saved Marina. And both saved each other in a way that transcends the physical. That's what most people don't understand. We think gratitude is a single act, a one-way street. But true gratitude is an infinite cycle of giving and receiving, of transforming and being transformed. Deep lessons, what Thor and Marina teach us. When gratitude is not passive, it's an active choice. Marina didn't feel grateful for finding Thor. She practiced gratitude when she chose to help him, even when it was inconvenient, expensive, and frightening. We live in a world that confuses gratitude with social obligation. We say thank you mechanically, but we don't live gratefully. Start seeing opportunities for gratitude. That homeless person you walk past every day, that coworker no one notices, that abandoned animal on the street. 2. Gratitude transforms both the giver and the receiver. Thor didn't just gain a home, he gained purpose, love, and a second chance. Marina didn't just save a dog, she discovered her own strength, resilience, and capacity for unconditional love. We often think that helping is a sacrifice, that we're losing something, but the truth is, when we give, we receive back multiplied. Not always directly or immediately, but always in some form. 3. Gratitude creates ripples beyond ourselves. The story of Thor and Marina inspired hundreds of adoptions. It created jobs, it changed perspectives, it saved lives. How many lives could you touch with just one act of genuine gratitude? The structure of a miracle. Understanding the cycle. Let's recap the perfect cycle we witnessed. Thor was dying, abandoned, hopeless. Marina rescued him, showing gratitude for the opportunity to do good. Marina faced financial struggles that threatened her ability to keep helping. Her persistence in gratitude, refusing to abandon Thor, opened unexpected doors. Then Marina faced a medical emergency that put her own life at risk. Thor, transformed by the gratitude he had received, returned that gratitude by saving Marina's life. A perpetual cycle of gratitude that continues impacting lives to this day. That's the true power of gratitude. It doesn't just solve a problem. It creates a system of ongoing solutions. And now comes the part that will make you rethink your entire life. Today, Thor and Marina transform lives. Today, Thor and Marina run a project called Second Chances. They visit shelters, help with rescues, and teach about gratitude through their own experiences. Thor, who once trembled in fear of humans, now works as a therapy dog, helping people struggling with depression and anxiety. Marina, who once thought she had no time for anything but work, discovered her life's purpose. The final message. Their story teaches us that gratitude is not a feeling. It is a decision followed by action. You can feel grateful for having food, but if you never share when you can, you're not living gratitude. You can feel grateful for having a roof over your head, but if you ignore those who don't, you haven't completed the cycle. You can feel grateful for life itself, but if you don't do something that brings life to others, humans or animals, you're only at the beginning of the journey. Your turn to create the miracle. The story of Thor and Marina began with a single moment, a choice, one person who decided to stop and see. Now I ask you, what's your Thor? What situation, person or cause is waiting for your gratitude in action? Here's the truth no one tells you. You don't have to save the world. You just have to save one life, and that life might end up saving yours. Marina had no idea that by saving Thor, she was saving herself. She didn't know that a dying dog would become her best friend, her rescuer, her purpose. She simply chose to be grateful for the opportunity to do good. And that choice changed everything. If this story touched your heart, leave a like right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more stories that will change your perspective on life. Comment below. Have you ever lived something like this? What was your moment of gratitude in action? How did this story change the way you see things? I want to hear from you. Do you believe gratitude has the power to transform lives? Or do you think they're just coincidences? Share your experience in the comments. Let's build a real community of gratitude together and share this video. Someone in your life needs to hear this story today. Remember, the gratitude you practice today might be the solution you'll need tomorrow. Thor was waiting for Marina. Marina was waiting for Thor. They both just needed the right moment to happen. What's your moment? It might be happening right now. See you in the next video, where she'll tell the story of a man who lost everything and was saved by an unexpected act of gratitude from someone he helped 20 years earlier. You can't miss it. Until then, don't just feel gratitude, live it.